Hi guys, welcome to our channel. My wife will be joining us a little later. Do you want to learn how to resize your watch without scratching it? Today I'll be working on a Michael Kors watch. I purchased it for my wife. So let's get started. Here are just a few of the tools that you will be needing to resize your watch. You guys can do this simply too. You get this particular, it's a punch, it punches out the links. Why take it to somebody else that's going to charge you money? Save you money here by doing it. Instead of taking it and having a watch repair place, you could do that. But this kit, that if you order the watch kit off of Amazon, you'll get several pieces of tools which are here, and I'll show you how to use these tools. Also, if you want to replace batteries as well, you have the tools to do that as well. And one of the key things this is used for is to open up the back of your watch to take out the battery if it has a battery in it. If it's self-winding, you don't need to have these tools unless you're going to change the links on them. So this is one of her old watches here, and I can size it off of this watch because this one, I think I end up sizing this one, right? Mm-hmm. And to make it, you can see her wrist is really tiny. And your lady's watch or men's watch may be the same size or a little different, but anyway, I'm going to show you how to, we'll take them out like maybe 2 or 3 at a time, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so, yeah, we'll get it done. So the first thing you notice is on this watch, and you now can see there are little bitty openings, and it's a hit and miss on which side pushes out. Usually I try to take the punch and I line it up with the hole. You definitely don't want to line this punch on the flat surface. You want to definitely go on to the, which is the circle part, and slightly push it. And this is what this tool is used for, is to punch it, push it open. And basically you want to sit the watch right into it. And what you want to do is you want to line a little punch to the circle. And if you don't get it exactly, you'll know, but I don't want you to scratch it. It'll fall right into place. And then you want to slowly push it. And hopefully what'll happen is it will punch out. It will punch out, and this is the critical part. And if you're not comfortable with doing this, I would say definitely take it to a jeweler and have a jeweler do it. I've done several watches, so kind of familiarized with them. And what happens is you'll hear that pop. Now that pop doesn't mean that you broke it. It just means that the punch pushed it out. And as you can see, it pushed it out. And I always remember, okay, so the facing of the watch is, let's say 3 o'clock is right, 9 o'clock is left. So we push this out going from right to left. And what I usually do is take a piece of pliers. And you can also pull these out by hand. And that's how that looks. I'll sit that right there. And sometimes I'll face it the way I should be pushing it. Now, since I left the plastic on here, it is a plastic coating, and that's why it's not pulling out, right? So we could just take the plastic, which is really nice. They really wrap these quite well. That's to protect the coating. And sometimes they leave you a line of where it starts and where it begins. So, and as you can see, And so you see now we're separated from the base. This is really nice because they link in together. Now what I do is I will do the other side and usually count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 links right there. And keep it like that. So we're gonna punch out right there on this one.
What's this the cut to this baby? The other one before. Have this one cut it here, right?
I usually keep them in a plastic bag so I know where it's at. So we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think once you've done this a couple of times, you get really comfortable with the watches, and doing them. You know, if you take this to a jeweler, they're gonna charge you anywhere from $3 to $12 to do it. It may be a little bit more, depending on the watch. If I'm working on a Rolex watch, they may charge a little bit more. So now, this is a thing for you. So when I punched the other side out, it came out the left side, right? So on the bottom of this, what they did was, it won't come out. Yeah, I punched it out, it won't come out. If that happens, you've got to push this back in. Because what it's doing is, it has a little lip on it, on the end of these. And if it won't come out when you're pulling it, don't force it out. That means it wants to come out. It should be pushed out on the opposite side. So what you do is, I usually use my little bitty rubber mallet here that comes with the kit if you order it off of Amazon. And then what I'll do is, instead of punching it from that one side, I'm punching from the opposite side to ensure that it punches out the right side. And because you never want to force it to pull out, because then you're subject to damaging the watch, especially the length, and you don't want to damage the length. So you want to make sure, if you can't pull it out, push it back in and try the opposite side for you. And lining it up is really crucial. To punching these out, because if you don't line it out right, then what can happen is you could scratch the surface of the watch, and you don't want to scratch the surface of the watch. Okay.
What are you doing that?
And back, like after I took out the links. Oh, you didn't tell me that part. Okay, so we're we're basically putting it back in. I got both sides taken out, and just to speed the video up a little bit, both sides are being taken out. I'm putting them back in, and you might have seen that I tried both sides. It should go in that smooth. The pin, and this is hard to see, but the pin should go in smoothly. You shouldn't have to force it in. If you're trying to force this in, then it's not going in on the right size. And so that's locked in now. And so now we got one side done on this watch. And once you take these out, once you take these lengths out, as you can see, I took out, wow, 1, 2, 3 lengths on one side. Of course, my wife is now mixing in the others instead of putting it back where it needed to be. And so we've got one side out, we got the other side out. Now I need to take off 3 of these links on this side to complete this transaction. And it should be our transition, which is gonna look really nice once I do that. So I always put my watches on something soft so that they don't get scratched during this process. And that helps, it really helps from lessening it to get scratched. So basically we're lining this up again and punching it out. Remember, it should be really easy turn, shouldn't be really forcing it to come out, the pin to come out of there. And I usually just grab it. Sometimes you could just pull. Okay, so in this case, if I'm trying to pull on this and it won't come out, that means the length should be coming out on the other side. So I tap that back in, rubber side, not the middle side, unless you're working. And then I flip it over. Hold on to that part of it, line it back up again. And punch. Real easy punch. And for my kit, I end up, you know, you get a lot of different tools with it. You get the screwdrivers, a couple set of those, a little fill up, punches. This is for removing, I use it for removing batteries. This is to remove the backings. So this complete kit came with everything I'm showing you. You can get a smaller kit, tweezers, of course. And I mean, look at those small guys. If you go to someone to do it, they're gonna charge you. They're gonna charge you, let's say if the watch battery is, you know, $4, $5, they're gonna charge you, you know, they're gonna add their costs in there, and it could be almost $12 to $25. Others, but any watch manufacturer will change batteries for you. But of course, it's gonna cost you. I'm trying to save you money by you doing it yourself. So basically, this link now will go inside of here, like so. And it'll flow right in there. Okay, now let's just put that back together. So what I might do is, I might plastic on it. Well, this was very, very interesting in doing. As you can see, I took out these pins here. So I took out equal amount on each side. So basically it's 1, 2, 3 lengths on each side. Yes, she has a small wrist. And now what I'm going to ask her to do is try it on and see. I'm removing the last kind of tape to protect it off of it now since we start working on it. And based on her other watch, it should be about the same size lengthwise. And let's try that on.
The
Let's
length.
see.
Let me just hold on.
You can't do the length because
yeah.
it's together. Okay. All right. Come on, slip hand in there. Now, you know, from this point, we could try it. If it's too tight, and this one looks like it's going to be too tight.
Hold on.
So.
No, that's not too tight.
Oh. Huh, I thought it was going to have to. You don't want it so tight. Yeah, that's too tight. So what we'll do is we're going to add 1 link to that because you don't want this too tight on your wrist to where it's cutting out the circulation. So it's easy fix. You have them to try it on, and then what we'll do is we'll take. Now what I like to do is put it on the side that would pull more, and that will be this side. Because when we lock it together, we'll add 1 more link to this side, which will give her enough room, and it's going to counterbalance that so that it won't end up like this. Okay, so that's going to take a couple seconds, and once again, I tell you, this is for changing links. You got to have this tool. If you had one of these, you could push it, but you're going to end up slipping off, so you don't want to use this by itself. This here stabilizes the watch. It doesn't scratch the watch, but you know, if you worry about, oh wow, maybe that little screw thing will scratch it, you could always take a piece of this or a piece of tape if you get it, and just slip it over that. But I haven't had no problems with that damaging the watches that I've done in the past. So what we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna pop out this length here, and then we're gonna add another one. See, it should be a real simple pop out, and we should be able to just pull it out. So once again, it came out, and we take it apart. Okay, so now the watch is apart. As you can see, I'm just gonna take one of these links, so match it up like that, and then we're gonna pop out this one here, because we only need one link, I should say, one link. Here is to hold your watch. You can actually put it in the slots like that. Take a rubber, as I tap it a little with the metal to make sure it's completely down. Once in a while, I'll take the pin and put it in there and give it 1 little tap, or 2 taps. Then I know it's locked in there and it's not coming out. Then we reassemble it back. We take a pin. I would say use the rubber side of it. Then you know you're not gonna get no ding marks or scratch marks on it. Okay. All right, honey, come on back over here.
Size.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit. Now, like I said, I put it on the 6 o'clock side. You can also put it on the 12 o'clock side. But I find the watch is what'll happen is it's counterbalanced. So one side has 4 links, one side has 5 links. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
No, don't count that one. 5.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then I usually count this is not,
Included.
the base is not a link. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one side, 5 on the other side, because we have 5 links right here. Now, don't throw these away, okay? That's why, you know, I keep a collection of all the watches links that I've worked on. I've worked on my wooden watch. I have to just tell you, I love watches. So, a collector of watches. So this one was a wooden one. I had to take it out because it came too big for myself. And I ended up taking out 3 links on each side, or 3 links in total. So I usually just keep them all in here. Something that you won't scratch it. And hopefully this will help you. Maybe help you save some money as well. Oh, these let me back up because I should tell you. You just want the links that you took out, just stick them back in here like that so that you won't lose them. The pins for the links, most of them are standard, but your watch manufacturer might use some different ones. But so when you want to re-add more links back, you always have that available. And so the pins and links should go into a little plastic bag. And I usually just keep them in my little makeshift box here that has pretty much all the tools in it that you will need to do a changing of your links or taking out your links. Hopefully this helped. Please subscribe and like. And next time we'll be doing something totally different. And once again, that's how you change the links on a watch and without scratching it. Good luck. Here's a close-up of the pins. The watch is finished. Here's where you want to place your punch. Also, there are these on the links inside the watch. There's little arrows, as you can see here, which indicate which direction you should punch out the pins. I end up taking out 5 links on this watch, and it is now complete.